just first of all, I can't tell you how proud I am of my team, and just giving God the glory for, is that number 24?
Sure.
This team has continued to surprise me at times. I'm sure some of y'all were surprised tonight when you saw the lineup. And the first thing is I'm really proud of Rakia because she gutted it out. She has strep throat. Didn't practice yesterday, was kind of quarantined, and really gutted it out tonight for 16 minutes. And again, we didn't have her yesterday, and we went through, had a really good practice. Joe was really good at the point yesterday, and but just really, really proud of my team to be where we are today in this league. Our secret weapon here, just really proud of her. 38 minutes, 7 for 14, 4 for 9 from 3. Had 7 rebounds, 7. Second leading rebounder behind Jess. 4 assists, I think, and just really played well. I'm awfully proud of her. And again, I thought it was a great senior night for Jordan. Just appreciate her so much, what she's meant to me and our program the last 3.5 years. Just is really special, and I thought tonight was special for her. I'm happy we got the win for her. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that solidifies second for us in the league, which I'm just can't tell you how proud I am of this team and where they are. I thought we got better, y'all. That was the challenge to our team this week. We had 2 practices before Arkansas. We have 2 more before Mississippi on Sunday, and then we have 3 more before we play again next Friday. Can we get better? That's the challenge. And I thought we showed tremendous growth tonight offensively, made some big shots, and made some really good decisions with the ball. Jessika was really special at first half. She was 7 out of 8 and had 8 rebounds. She was almost at a double-double and 2 blocks the first 18 minutes. So tremendous job by my team. Again, just so proud of them, and to continue to live in this conference, it's really, really hard. Great bounce back for us after a disappointing, obviously, day on Sunday. But then you saw how good Alabama is because they went on the road and beat a very good Texas A&M today. So great senior day. Really proud of our team for sending Joe out the right way.
Sorry, Robbie.
Aliyah, so many players have come in out of nowhere and had big games and helped y'all win games. How ready were you for this moment to come in today and play 38 minutes, like you mentioned, and come in and start and have the production that you did?
I feel like I was ready just off of practice. We have been having a rough couple of practices, but we finally picked it up. We got ourselves together, and Jordan is always there to push me. I'm checking her every day in practice, so that's always a tough day. So just playing her and being there and being with my teammates every day, you just get better, And when the opportunity presents itself, you just got to be prepared. And that's what I did. I got my playbook. I had to lock in. And now I'm just trying to focus on playing some better defense.
Joe, kind of in that vein, what's it like when you go against a player like Aliyah all year in practice this year, maybe not play big stretches down the last couple of weeks, but come in and have a game like you did tonight? What was that like for you to sort of see that as you see it obviously every day in practice?
Yeah, I'm definitely happy for Aliyah. I'm proud of her for, coming in and being efficient as she was. Like she said, it's a tough matchup for her. It's a tough matchup for me to guard her all day because she just goes. So, I don't know, I'm just happy for her. I knew she could do it. I've been knowing that she's a bucket, and I tell her every time she gets down on herself, like, just go get a bucket. So I'm just happy for her.
Go to Brian.
Jessika, in the first half, there were 3 or 4 times you caught the ball in the paint with basically nobody around. You got some easy buckets that way. What was happening there, and then what did Arkansas do later in the game to sort of take that away?
Well, the first half, they had, the smaller guard on the backside, so I used that as my advantage, and I just posted them up. But then the second half, they had the post player on me, she stayed on me, so wasn't as easy.
Go to Robbie.
Joe, in that first quarter, Alexis came out, had 16 in the first. Y'all held her to 3, I think, in the next 2 quarters, and Dungy was 1 for 13 shooting. What was the key for y'all defensively to hold their guards kind of, silent over the second and third quarters, and 17 and 15 points in those 2 quarters?
I just think, in the first quarter, everybody, we're going to get every team's best game, so, they come out with a lot of energy. That kind of slows down as the game goes on, and we just keep pushing and just, keep guarding and trying to drive them off the 3-point line.
Ben.
Joe, obviously a special night having his second senior night, but also had Alexis in the building. I know you guys had to play a game first, but someone you played in high school with and all that. What was that like to have her here, and what's kind of y'all's relationship like?
It's always a good time when we play against each other. We always talk smack on the court. We love each other after. We actually grew up together, so it's like a little sister. She's like a little sister to me. My families are close, live down the street from each other, always with each other, so we're pretty close. So yeah, it's always fun.
Go to Brian.
Joe, what was this week like coming into this game, knowing that, with Coach Schaefer, you guys pride yourself so much on defense, but knowing coming in this game, probably need 80, 85 points to take the win. What's different about a game like that?
Arkansas is a good 3-point shooting team, so we just really had to turn those threes into twos. And then coming off the loss from Alabama, we knew we had to have 2 good practices leading up to this game, and I think we did that and just came out and played how we know how to play and executed plays.
Go to Ben.
Aliyah, you mentioned grinding in practice with Joe. In games that, I think that was the first time you played more than 8 minutes in almost a month. What was that stretch like for you, and how did you kind of keep focused and sort of prepare for that moment?
I just knew that there were aspects of my game that I can be better at, and I just used the time to just focus on the things that I can change and working on ways that I could, prepare and get myself back on the floor. So every day I know that I struggle with turning and running. It's a different type of defense, and I try to do my best to focus on that. And I've been getting better at it, but in game it's not as good as I want it to be, and it's not as good as he wanted to be. So I try to just focus on the little things, especially defense. So I just kept myself focused on fixing the things that I could change, and that just got me through.
Go to Jalen.
Coach, you said with the last stretch coming in, you said you wanted to challenge your team. What do you look for to challenge them defensively with like dribble penetration and protecting the paint?
Yeah, those 2 point guards really hurt us. They were 9 for 17 together, and they're really good. Boy, they're quick, fast, and physical. And, we handled them at times, but at times, Jessika has got to help us a little more on some of that, and she knows that. But, we've got to do a better job of keeping the ball in front of us for sure. But with Rakia being sick yesterday, and I really did not think she'd play today. I mean, when the doc says she's quarantined, she can't see anybody, she's 24 hours, nothing. I really didn't plan to play her today. And so our practice yesterday was geared to trying to overcome losing 20 points a game. And look, I'm smart enough to know you're not going to go out there and hold Arkansas to 60. We ain't beating them 62-60. So my thought process was, okay, I got to get some offense on the floor. And that's what we did. I thought we played, 2 shooters and Andy and Aliyah out there. I had Joe on the floor at point, which gives me a little bit of offense there as well. A lot of offense there actually. And so I just felt like that was really a critical component to going into tonight. Now, Rakia woke up this morning, went and saw the doc, and by 10 o'clock she was eating some breakfast and feeling much better, but still, I'm going to say her energy level, I don't think anybody in the building couldn't recognize that her energy was a little bit different tonight, but I'm just proud of her for getting out 16 minutes. And we had to find a way to make up for 20 points that we felt like we weren't going to have. As it turned out, we still got her back, and she had 7, but I thought Aliyah and Andy both, they give us 18, Aliyah got 18 and Andy got 13, and I thought that was big for us. And of course Jessika, when she can go get 21 that helps us tremendously. And then Joe did what Joe should do every night. She went and got us 19. So again, it was just sometimes you got to stir the pot and change things up, and sometimes that energizes your team. And I thought it energized our team tonight, especially matching them bucket for bucket in that first quarter.
What did you say after the first quarter to make an adjustment on toll-free and what they were doing offensively too? Because they were turning turnovers and missed shots into points.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to be turning the ball over against them. And so if we would just take care of the ball. I mean, Maya had 7 assists and was doing a tremendous thing. She had 7 and 1 at halftime, if I'm not mistaken. And she didn't have another assist in the second half, but I think her and Joe out there defensively gave us a little bit of an edge, and then I think we finally kind of started. I'm gonna tell you who was really good tonight defensively was Chloe. She handled 33, and we really, really focused on not fouling driving shooters. There's no need to whack them. There's no need to foul. Make them make a tough shot. And I thought we were spectacular on drives to the basket, not fouling. And that was a big focal point for us, especially guarding them, because they are so good at drawing that. And they were, again, I thought they were jumping into us, and we were just doing a great job of not initiating the contact and just contesting. Thought that was big for us. And so I thought between Rakia and Chloe on 33, that was really good. And then Jessika finally started helping us on some of those drives where they were coming off clean. She can't stand up there with a 5. She made 1 3, the 5. I don't care. You need to help me on those drivers. And I thought she was really good, and she adjusted well. We talked about that in the timeout, didn't we, Jess?
Go to Ben.
Joe, we've talked about your offense a lot of it's just sort of playing within the system and letting it come to you. Like 13 or 19 came in the second half. Was there something that they were doing in the first half that maybe changed in the second half, or is it just kind of how it came?
I think it's just kind of how it came. My teammates was trying to, keep me in the game, trying to help me forget about the first half and those turnovers and all that. So I was a little frustrated, but I think I kind of just got over that and started attacking them.
Go to Robbie.
Big, it hasn't always been pretty, but number 2 in the SEC going into the tournament. What's that mean to you to see this particular team do that after what they've lost? And, expound on that and what Jordan's meant to kind of bridge that gap between last year's team and next year's team, too.
Yeah, I mean, I just, I count it as a real blessing. I mean, God's just been so good to me and our program here and these kids. I mean, to finish second with such a young basketball team. I mean, we're just, it doesn't change, and we're still out there growing. I mean, we're up 12, we're up 14. I'm trying to run some clock, and we're still trying to learn and understand that a little bit. But it just, it's a real blessing, Robbie. And, it's, my staff continues, we continue to work with these kids, and it just, I'm very proud of them. I mean, we were picked 3rd, finished 2nd. If I'm not, you'll know this, if I'm not mistaken, maybe the first year that I don't think we've ever finished worse than what we've been picked. I don't think we've ever finished worse than what we've been picked, and we were picked to win it, and we led from the front, which is really hard to do. But to be picked 3rd this year and finish 2nd is just a tremendous accomplishment. I'm just really proud of this team. I'm so proud and appreciative of my staff for what they've been able to do with this team, and for these kids to continue to work. I mean, look, Aliyah, she does not lack confidence, and you got to give the kid credit because it's been a little bit of a roller coaster for her up and down, and there's no guarantee what's going to happen Sunday. But Jordan's been a pretty steady force for us. She's kind of been in a little bit of a funk lately, but she got out of it tonight. And yeah, she turned it over more, and she knows she don't like to do that, and I don't like her to do it. But just proud of this team for continuing to compete and work And again, our 24th win this year with a really tough, difficult schedule. I don't know what our strength of schedule, RPI, I looked at it, but it's really good. It was second in the league all until yesterday when I got the latest. We dropped to third, but it's tremendous. I'm just really proud of what this team's been able to do, and I'm hoping now this will kind of get us, because I've been telling them we got a lot to play for. I mean, if we can do something now in the next 3-4 games now, you've got a chance to improve where we are. We have so much to play for. But we just beat a really good basketball team, y'all. Extremely difficult to guard. I mean, they are so hard to defend. Mike does a tremendous job, and I'm proud of the victory tonight, especially after the way we played Sunday.
Go to Brian and then Ben.
Right. Just sort of play off of that. When you talked to us on Sunday, you were lamenting the fact that you didn't feel like you had the toughness that you wanted. You didn't feel like your team was going to, when their backs were against the wall, were going to come out and play the way you wanted. Did you feel like tonight you had that toughness and you had that right attitude?
So when they made their little run, they went on an 8-0 run, I think, and got it to 11, and he called timeout. And I talked to him again about, okay, that's an 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes. We have got to be aggressive offensively. We've got to get to the rim, and we can't sit here and go empty. We've got to match them a little. We did. I think we went on a 4 or 5-0 run, stopped the bleeding, and then we had a couple stops with them. And so I was proud of us for being able to answer that. And so again, a little growth, a little growth for our kids tonight. And again, proud of what we were able to do, scoring 92 points when, our leading scorer was sick, and so I'm proud of them.
Go to Ben.
Kind of to that a little bit, I think Alexis finished with 30 points, but I think there was a 20-minute stretch where she didn't hit a field goal. What kind of adjustment did y'all make after that first sort of quarter-ish, and what did you see from your team in stopping her a little bit?
Well, I think you weathered the storm early, and Jessica kind of was winded. She said, "Man, I'm tired," and we couldn't get her out fast enough. But I thought we weathered that, and they maybe weren't. We weren't going to try to walk it and slow it down. We were going to go and push it in transition and get some stuff. And Joe got some easy stuff in transition. So again, I think us realizing, okay, hey, we can't make any of these mistakes of going under screens on her. You can't go under on 23. We got to be there on the catch, and we've got to do a better job. Jessica did a better job of helping us, but I just think our understanding and her understanding, hey, I can't come off of her. I mean, I think Deanna was telling her every time out, do not come off of 23. And then Joe just taking the challenge with 2. She knew that she could let her get hot early, and then I think she kind of refound a little focus out there, and to hold that kid now to nothing in the next 20 minutes after the hot start she had, wow, that's a pretty good job.
Any other questions? Thank you all.
All right, praise the Lord and go Dogs.